Mundle, whom we've seen very little so far. Chowdhury getting to him very quickly. Cirkin's going to have to deal with this and didn't, but Chowdhury has been penalised from a very well-placed assistant referee, but it looked a harsh decision from much, much further away.
You might smile, but you feel he did really well and actually won the ball. Oh, it's a good decision. It's a kick off the foot that leads to the touch of the ball, but a defensive midfielder by trade, and at right back, he certainly got the legs.
Great deal ahead of him in actual fact, and realising that, he checks and comes back to Ryan Brewster.
Ballard did get free from the corner. He got half a yard in there, it was just over hit. A confident take.
That's my brother, 2 years older, a brother who won a Champions League final at this stadium just last year. Palmer's kept it in. This is Sidney Peck. Hamza Chowdhury. Ryan Brewster. Camel's on the move here, but that'll be a little bit too long. Mepham a bit clumsy.
The stats are an interesting one, and it's quite damning for us to talk about for a history of a club, but you'd be Sunderland and Sheffield United as a player, you will not care one jot. You do not know this. You do not walk onto the pitch thinking Sheffield United haven't won here for 100 years, therefore we haven't got a chance. It's a moment for you to create history.
Yeah, it's a quiz question. That's what it is. He's been round the block a few times, Chris Wilder. And 2 promotions with Sheffield United without the need for a playoff. Bellingham fouled. Neptun's actually 6'4", Ballard's 6'2", but they're both looking up at Kiefer Moore. Burrows. Campbell's made that run very well so far. Patterson's committed himself. There's an offside flag up anyway.
It's a bit harsh, that offside, but it's a good run. The space is in there.
That is a goal that belongs in the English Premier League. Gus Harmer to Tyrese Campbell. Delicious from Sheffield United. And they lead in the playoff final. Beautiful break. Campbell's best scoring season has been halted by a run of 8 games without a goal. It has just come to an end in the most attractive fashion.
It's electric football from Sheffield United. And it's on the biggest stage, and it's away. Gus Harmer, and vision, and he's got the ability to find the ball. And what a finish, what a touch, what a moment. Patrice Campbell just takes it into his path perfectly. And from there, with that touch, he's got the moment to look up and look at Patterson, to see him come out and spread and make himself big. But with the touch as well, it gives him that time and space to execute the dink perfectly. He's gone wild. The Sheffield United fans have gone wild, and rightly so. It's a brilliant, brilliant goal.
He scored in bursts this season, Tyrese Campbell. A few in November, a few in March. Some lulls in between, 8 games without a goal. But his 11th of the season is far and away the most important of the season. And I love it. And so Tyrese carries the family name now onto the club awards ceremony. Right back, Hume, number 32. Joe Bellingham. Dan Neil. Fed into Lefay. Here's Bellingham, better from Sunderland. Cirkin, and now Mundle. Just couldn't quite find a way around Chowdhury, who defended his flank very well. He's not really a fullback, Hamza Chowdhury. He's a midfield player by trade. Most of the football he's played for Sheffield United since joining them on loan from Leicester in January has been in midfield, but he played right back in the two semi-finals.
Just see here on the replay, this huge gap in front of number 4, Dan Neil. The space that's afforded in front of him, it's not covered by Sunderland, and you can't cover everywhere on the pitch, but you just feel an extra man at the back would have given him the option to recycle the ball.
Sometimes you are at your most vulnerable when you're attacking. Sheffield United attacked brilliantly in that breakaway goal. Campbell there, the scorer, has just forced a corner kick. Brilliantly! What a goal that is! Harrison Burrows! Well, you can't win a lottery unless you buy a ticket. It was a speculative effort as the ball fell to him, with most of the rest of the players on the field between him and his target. But Burrows has a sweet left foot, and that one bounced through the crowd, and Sheffield United lead by 2-0.
They're in dreamland, and Burrows is known for his set pieces. He's known for his assists, but not for his strikes on goal as much as this. He just works it in. There's a question mark about the offside. But whether Sousa is in an offside position, he's certainly offside.
This deflected cross, and they didn't quite get hold of it. It came up at a rather awkward height.
Sustained pressure from Sunderland. Hopeful crosses, but there's just not that presence in the box. He gets the strike away. It's one from a clearance, a poor clearance. Again, really, that worry.
Goes for handball as a flag up anyway for offside.
Maybe the pain is a little easier at the minute.
But Sheffield United certainly feeling it. Only Julian Joachim has scored in a second-tier playoff final at a younger age than Eliza played. Chris Wilder has spoken about his team's mental.
He's not in no doubt.
Luke O'Nien, who was injured in the opening moments.
He's done.
He's not going to be able to continue. Tom Davies is preparing to come on in his place. Brooks. Chowdhury. As the players are just starting to steel themselves for the likelihood of an extra half hour, because you don't want to be making a mistake at this moment in a cup final. Vinny Sousa up high. Turned away by Mepham. Watson jumps underneath it. Chowdhury. Ballard clear.
You are in golden goal territory now. There's moments.
Going to make two more changes. Tom Davies on the left and Tom Cannon on the right. He's central forward. Sidney Peck, who's run himself into the ground, is coming off. Davies, who's played 160-odd games in the English Premier League for Everton and Sheffield United, comes on in his place after lots of injury problems. And Tom Cannon.
It's one that you think he needs to be taken out of his hands. All was going swimmingly for Sheffield United when that went in, and the question was how many, and it remained one, and from there it only takes one moment of magic from Sunderland and you're back. You're looking at extra time, and that's where we are.
Campbell after 24 minutes for Sheffield United. And then Mayenda after 76 minutes for Sunderland, and we are back where we started at the end of the afternoon. Wondering if one kick of a ball will scoop that $300 million bonus. Here's Tom Davies, distinctive figure.
Benny Sousa's had to drop in to centre-half for the time being. I'm not sure Hamza Chowdhury is going to be able to continue.
Davis winning the ball, but only for Bellingham. Hugh. Roberts. He's run into traffic there. O'Hare finds Moore, and Moore finds Watson. Opportunity for Watson. It's the prodigal son. Sunderland fans had fallen out of love with Tommy Watson when he announced a few weeks ago that he's leaving the club in the summer. They are in love with him again. He has just slotted them within sight of a return to the Premier League. He could be playing against them next season. Tommy Watson, a local lad, is a local hero, 19 years of age. Sunderland on the brink.
Well, he's provided the golden moment for Sunderland, and they erupt, and here's the slip from Kiefer Moore, a misplaced pass, and then the composure from 22 yards. You don't have to smash it, you don't have to power it. It's a culture finish, it's a clinical finish, it's a wonderful finish for a wonderful moment for him. It might be his last kick for the club, but what a kick, what a moment for Watson and for Sunderland.
They won the semi-final in the dying moments. They might just have won the final in exactly the same way. He had a run in the team last month after he'd made his intentions clear that he wanted to leave. And there were some boos from Sunderland fans when he got on the ball in those games. They're not booing him now. Boy. Sheffield United will make changes in the hope of somehow rescuing a game and a season. It's a goal that puts into focus those Anthony Patterson saves. It's a goal that puts into focus the disallowed goal that Sheffield United had in the first half of the game. But it's a goal that's put Sheffield United. LaFay's won a free kick.
Cheered like a goal. Cheered like they have.
This and football don't always go hand in hand. This is so cruel on Sheffield United, but everybody knows the rules when they go into the playoffs. Who scores the most goals in the final, they get promoted. And Watson scored the goal. Sunderland are back. Back in the big league. Back where they think they belong. 8 years, 8 long years of the boot of a player that Sunderland fans had kind of begun to wonder about. Tommy Watson, one of their own, said he was going to leave, hung around for a few weeks.
They missed it, and it's funny how the football gods work, isn't it? It spins in your favour so quickly.
And it goes to the staff, the stats that you had earlier about Sheffield United, how they